On no other night do baseball stars shine as brightly. The perfect 9 against 9, a piece of wood and some leather. These are the tools of their trade. People will always come back to baseball. They call it our pastime, but more appropriately, it is our present and our future.
Ladies and gentlemen, in celebration of this, the last All-Star Game of the 20th century, we now present the greatest collection of baseball talent ever gathered on one ballpark field. Ladies and gentlemen, your all-century team
greats, 2 past commissioners, Carlton Fisk, Tom Seaver, 35,000 Rabbit fans, George Brett. Tonight, the unending thread of baseball.
The all-century third baseman here tonight, the only player in Major League history to win batting titles in 3 decades. He led the Kansas City Royals to their only World Series championship in 1985. 1999 Hall of Fame inductee, George Brett. This 1993.
From the Kansas City Royals, pitcher Jose Rosado. From the Minnesota.
On the mound is a left-hander from the Kansas City Royals, Jose Rosado.
The only left-hander on Joe Torre's pitching staff in this All-Star game. Wondered if perhaps he would save him until later in the ball game should he need to play the matchups to try to win the game. But here we see Rosado in the 6th inning.
And first pitch swinging. Matt Williams fouls it out of play right side.
Guys, the monster's lonely. We've played 5 innings, nothing over the monster, nothing against the Green Monster. It's part of Fenway. Left-hander in now for the American League. Maybe the right-handers for the National League will come to life against the lefty.
Good pitch over the inside corner, and the count 0-2 in a hurry. A look from atop the Green Monster out in left field as Matt Williams jumps back from ball 1.
We know that Green Monster is only 37 feet high, the netting 23 feet high, but it sure looks taller than that to me. Always has.
1 ball 2 strikes on Matt Williams. Through the left side, leadoff base hit. Matt Williams has his first hit. Reached on an error back in the 2nd, so he's on base for the 2nd time tonight. That's the way the 6th inning begins. Our American General Season to Remember question is, when was Joe Torre's last All-Star appearance as a player? The answer coming up. Think about that for a moment. As you look at that manager and a guy who could do anything in this game. He has been on both sides of the fence as a player, heck, as a player manager. Now a manager for George Steinbrenner in the Bronx with the Yankees, and he has handled everything, whatever has come along. The Darryl Strawberry situation, his own situation, both with his brother back in 1996. Frank Torre undergoing the heart transplant surgery, or the prostate cancer, which hit Joe Torre at the start of this year. Joe Torre came back to game duty right here at Fenway Park
on May 18th of this year, when the Yankees came to Fenway Park and played the Red Sox for the first time. He was even offered the general manager's job of the New York Yankees, turned it down. A week later, George Steinbrenner called and offered him the manager's job.
The 0-2, a little high, a ball and 2 strikes. Bagwell with a hit tonight, 1 out of 2, a strikeout as well. Facing the lefty Rosado. Bagwell fouls it back, still 1-2. You talk about that Green Monster out in left field. That netting was not always there. Heck, the Green Monster wasn't always green. It wasn't always 37 feet high. But after a fire, when they remodeled this ballpark and refurbished it, they kicked it up to 37 feet high. Tom Yawkey had purchased the team in 1933. They underwent renovation here in 1934, had a fire, put it right back together. They have that 37-foot tall wall, 23-foot netting above it. Ausmus keeps it at the plate. It's from 0-2 to 3-2. And a look at Lansdowne Street beyond that netting out in left.
Shoulder to shoulder on Lansdowne Street last night, also known as Ted Williams Way, during the home run derby.
They've been lonely out there tonight, however.
Not even a dent out there, and Bagwell strikes out on a 3-2 pitch from Rosado. In 1936, 2 years after the Green Monster was built, the Red Sox acquired right-handed slugger Jimmy Fox from the Philadelphia Athletics. Fox cleared the wall with such regularity. Many windows were being shattered on Lansdowne Street beyond the wall. So the Red Sox saw it necessary to construct that 23-foot high netting above the wall out in left. But that netting was insufficient protection for the people down there last night during the home run derby. Bucky Dent visited that netting back in 1978 as Rosado misses high to Mike Lieberthal. Little known catcher, but heck, maybe one of the best all-around catchers in the National League.
I think he is the best all-around catcher, and I don't think anybody knows it. 18 home runs, 61 RBIs. Now, most assuredly, Mike Piazza, not only the best hitting catcher in the National League, but maybe the best hitting catcher ever. He's putting up those kinds of numbers, but Mike Lieberthal can throw well, calls a great game. Had a terrific year for those resurging Philadelphia Phillies, who are a good ball club.
Lieberthal now set up at 1-2. Leadoff single by Williams. Bagwell struck out. Rosado to Lieberthal. Might be a double play ball. Fernandez starts it. Alomar in the middle. And the inning is over. The inning started with a hit by Matt Williams. A strikeout, a double play later. We sail into the bottom of the 6th inning. Midsummer Classic, the 70th 4-1 American League.